Hello everyone, and welcome to my British Royal Family official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ruler Charles and Sovereign Harry are purportedly improbable to meet for up-close and personal discussions in 2 or 3 weeks, regardless of both being in the UK simultaneously. A prompt harmony bargain including Lord Charles, Sovereign Harry and Ruler William has been run by an illustrious family creator after he guaranteed they are all as far separated as anyone might imagine. After making a number of allegations against members of the royal family in his tell-all memoir Spare, it is believed that Harry's relationship with his father and older brother has reached its lowest point. The Duke of Sussex went to the crowning ritual of Ruler Charles in May, however, cut a far-off figure, sitting 3 lines back at Westminster Nunnery before supposedly leaving following to fly home to Montecito, California. He will get back to the UK to go to a cause occasion on September 7 and to recall Sovereign Elizabeth II on the main commemoration of her passing. The Lord will in any case be at his Balmoral home, where he intends to spend the commemoration of his mom's passing on September 8. Phil Dampier currently accepts there is no possibility of a compromise in about 14 days. It could never have been a real problem for Harry to remain a couple of days before the Invictus Games to converse with his dad and his sibling. In any case, it appears William and Kate will be in Ridges, as per reports, and the ruler will be in Scotland. It just goes to show that they are all as far apart as they have ever been, and there is no chance of them coming to terms soon. Harry's once cozy relationship with William is perceived to have plunged to new profundities following the arrival of Extra recently. The journal saw the Duke of Sussex make a few cases against the Sovereign of Ridges and his significant other, Princess Kate. Dampier questioned whether the imperial siblings can at any point accommodate, adding, "It is very sad to say that William will never forgive Harry. I don't figure the 2 siblings will at any point make it up or trust each other once more. It is profoundly miserable. In the event that they won't make an opportunity to get together with one another, what future is there?" Harry will venture out to the UK to go to Well-Child Grants, the day preceding the main commemoration of his grandma's passing. The Duke of Sussex said he will be regarded to go to the current year's Well-Child Grants for a youngster's cause he has been a supporter of for a long time. September 7 marks the date of the ceremony. The Sovereign put out an announcement through Well-Child, saying, "For almost 20 years, Well-Child has been changing the existences of kids and youngsters across the UK, giving basic consideration that needs the physical, mental and profound prosperity of these people and their families. I am continually inspired by these young people's bravery and strength, as well as the unwavering devotion of those who support them. Unrespected to go to the current year's honours function and commend their fantastic work. The occasion will see Harry invest energy with each grant victor and their families at a gathering before the primary service, where he will introduce the honour for motivational youngster prior to conveying it is presently an understudy at St Andrews College, but her future as a functioning grown-up could essentially affect the illustrious family. An illustrious master has examined what the future could hold for woman Louise Windsor, as she plans to enter her subsequent year concentrating on English at St Andrews College. The oldest offspring of Ruler Edward and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, Louise is certainly not a functioning individual from the illustrious family, nor is her more youthful sibling James, Duke of Wessex. Albeit this can somewhat be made sense of by their young age. As Lord Charles tries to thin down the government, it appears to be improbable that Louise and James will become working royals. Besides, they are generally far down the rundown of progression at 16th and 15th spot individually. Regal Master Richard Fitzwilliams addressed Express.co.uk about what Louise's functioning future could resemble and how significant it very well might be for the family. The likelihood is that woman Louise will be working professionally as her mom, the Duchess of Edinburgh, once expected. She didn't get a title when her folks became Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, and her sibling Viscount Severn turned into the new Baron of Wessex. The style of the go of a duke is like that of a baron. Since she is currently at college, there is the reasonable craving to limit exposure about and interest in her exercises. It stays genuine anyway that assuming in future she carried out perform imperial responsibilities, it would be critical for the illustrious family. Just 4 working royals are right now under 70, and they will thusly be performing less obligations for less magnanimous foundations. Disregarding the ruler's more thinned-down and current methodology, Louise and James showed up with other senior individuals from the firm on the overhang at Buckingham royal residence after the crowning ritual. Alongside Edward and Sophie, the main other 2 working royals under 70 are Sovereign William and Princess Kate, whose own kids are still very youthful to take up regal obligations. Consequently, some have recommended that more youthful relatives, for example, Louise, Princess Beatrice, and Princess Eugenie, ought to be approached to take on additional illustrious obligations. Notwithstanding the York girls dealing with their own confidential endeavours, previous BBC Regal reporter Jenny Bond told All Right magazine that they could be given more noticeable quality as royals. She said, "Beatrice and Eugenie are the conspicuous decisions, assuming the illustrious family abruptly ends up so thinned down that there essentially aren't enough of them to go round." As their mom said in her digital broadcast, the 2 ladies do a fair piece of good cause work unobtrusively in the background. Maybe this is the most
Diana
effective broke with custom when she and Lord Charles had their pre-marriage ceremony at St. Paul's Church a long time back. Princess Diana broke with custom when she sealed the deal with ruler Charles on July 29, 1981, at perhaps of the most renowned illustrious wedding ever. Rather than picking a headdress from the imperial vault, the 19-year-old lady of the hour rose up out of the carriage at St. Paul's House of Prayer wearing her own family treasure. The then Princess of Grains decided to wear the Spencer crown, which held her 140-meter David and Elizabeth Emmanuel planned tulle cloak set up. The choice to wear the 18th-century time legacy headdress has now been hailed by a regal observer as engaging. Generally, ladies would wear a headpiece from her significant other's family to imply her difference in status from a little girl to a spouse. Yet, Diana parted from this convention by picking the Spencer headband, which stayed a firm number 1 for formal occasions all through her marriage. Talking on web recording Illustrious, co-have Rachel Birchfield said, "I think the way that Diana decided to wear it more than one from her late grandness assortment is really beautiful, engaging to me as it were. It's like saying, I come from great stock as well. My family matters, as well. Privileged stock at that." In examination, Sarah Ferguson, who wedded Sovereign Andrew at Westminster Monastery only 5 years after Diana and Charles sealed the deal, wore the York headband, given to her by her parents-in-law the late Sovereign Elizabeth and ruler Philip. Ince Birchfield added, "We've expressed before on the show yet Diana was more pedigreed and refined than Charles. I believe that was truly fascinating." The family headdress was a mix of many bits of gems, with the middle being a gift from woman Sarah Spencer to Cynthia Spencer, Lady Spencer, on her big day in 1919. The Spencer crown, remounted with new components, made by extravagant goldsmith Garrard in 1937, was worn by Diana's sisters women Sarah and Jane on their wedding days, as well as Victoria Lockwood, who wedded Diana's sibling, Charles, in 1989. While Charles came from hundreds of years of eminence, Diana was frequently considered the more refined of the previous couple, who was 16th cousins. The Spencer family could follow its legacy straightforwardly back to ruler Charles II, as 2 of his ill-conceived youngsters, Henry Fitzroy and Charles Lennox, are far-off family members of Diana and the Spencers. The family was extremely close with the royals. Diana would frequently play with her future brothers, by marriage Sovereign Andrew and ruler Edward, at Sandringham House as a kid. The Spencer family, established in the 15th 100 years, likewise has connections to Henry VI, Lord George I, ruler James E, and the well-known Mary, Sovereign of Scots. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.